Now, this is just a little bit of footage from the episode that's going to knock everybody's socks off. Meet Krissy / Michael Myers. So I thought that I would make a video explaining the making of the episode, The Explosion Part 2, since it had a lot of action and a lot of pretty drastic scenes. We'll start off with the lady who kidnapped Krissy. Her character is she's a mean old hillbilly who's poor, and obviously she's got a lot of issues. I mean, she wanted $5,000 in order to return and she wanted exchange for $5,000 for Krissy, and her character, she's just a mean, grouchy woman. It was really hard keeping those teeth in, and there was a bunch of scenes that I had to try again with those teeth because they kept falling out.
You hussy, you had to call them cops. You had to call them cops. Too late. You can say bye-bye to your little Krissy. You can say goodbye to your little Krissy. Say bye-bye. Say bye. Come on, Krissy. They are not screwing with me. They are not screwing with me.
So, and they kept falling out. That helped me with my frustration when she was told that, about the flat tire, and it was at 12 o'clock, and she was just aggravated, and she didn't have time to wait, She just, the cops, she knew that the cops were coming for her, and she was just really paranoid, so she just went ahead and just decided to take action and set the house on fire. What I used for the gas was simply just orange soda, lemon juice, and K-Ray syrup. I wanted to give it that gassy look. And the flame that was on the ground was actually my cigarette lighter, and I just zoomed it in with my camera. Krissy's character, I love being her, and it's so weird because it's like she really is a different person. All the characters and all the roles that I play, they all have a different personality. So when I'm each character, I feel like I am a totally different person, if that makes any sense in some aspect, because they all have their different personalities. And, for instance, Chris is just a little southern girl who is innocent as innocent can get. She's sweet, and she is very tender-hearted, obviously, and she wouldn't hurt a fly. She's just, just a really sweet little country girl. Her age range is, she's in her 20s, so, and she's just a very unique character for me to do. And, doing her scene in the building, of course, my hands really wasn't tied to the board, but, when I was playing the part where she was, screaming when she was crying, to get out and everything, the board fell. Yeah, the board fell. Watch. Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. And it was like really hot that day with me having to be all these characters. I mean, it was like 93 and the humidity was outrageous. So, I mean, I was like sweating with all these wigs on and stuff. I was just I was just burning up. I was just I was really pretty much on fire. But anyway, so yeah, you just seen the board fall. Yeah, wonderful times. The last next scene was actually a snapshot of the video, and so that way it looked like there was no life in her, that she looked, just breathless and just, really still. So I think that turned out to be really good. How it looked like, she was dead. The body of Krissy was pretty much a mannequin type sculpture thing that I had. I basically knew that she was going to be covered up with a blanket to help avoid inhaling so much more smoke than she already had. So I just put the wig on it. I put the wig on it, and I put the glasses on it, and it turned out looking like Bobo, was carrying her, which is exactly what I hoped it would be. So it worked out really well. I was very pleased with how it looked when she was being carried out of the fire. How I made the smoky look was by throwing a bunch of baby powder on the lens of my camera. I was very pleased with how it made the building look smoky. The scene with Bobo holding Krissy, that turned out just how I had it planned in my head. Originally, I wanted, the Bobo to go in and bust through the doors and fight with the lady, but I figured that scene would probably be hard to do. And then I decided to take a major turn in the show and have it to be where pretty much there was an explosion. So I had it pictured in my head. I was sitting on the porch. I was just out there listening to music or something, and I was thinking about how I wanted that scene to be. And in my head I had a picture of Bobo holding her, bringing her out of the fire. And so I had that picture in my head, how I wanted it to look, how I wanted to do the slow motion, how I wanted to do the slow motion effect and let it be like just heartwarming and touching that he was willing to leave the mountains to come and save her. And we really don't see much of Bobo, but Bobo's character, obviously he is a long-haired, he is a hillbilly, but he has a past. Bobo, I think, if you remember, if you even seen the clip where Margaret, Krissy's mom, was talking, he came from a bad childhood. His dad was a drunk and he beat him, and Bobo, he is definitely a music man, a mountain man, and his family are well off and they live in the mountains, and that's where he was able to get the money. Thought that part was just, it turned out better than I thought and better than what I had in my head. It was just a very, very heartwarming scene. Okay, so how I made myself cry. Well, I don't know what they use on TV to do it, but the only thing that I know that can bring tears to my eyes was onion. So I went in the kitchen, I cut me an onion, I snipped it, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to take this onion outside. So I took the onion outside, I snipped and snipped and snipped, and I still couldn't get enough tears. So I took the onion and I rubbed it all under my eyes, under my nose. I even rubbed my eye like that, so I could make it look like it was the most emotional scene, emotional episode that the Krissy Marie show has ever had. And so, no, I wasn't really crying. I tried to make myself cry by thinking of something, kind of sad, but that didn't work. So the onion was what did it. So, I mean, it had to be teary. I mean, Krissy was laying there on the ground. Her mom felt helpless. I felt helpless. So it had to look as real as possible. So thanks to the onions, it made a good. But it made a good, emotional, heartbreaking scene.
The hillbilly that kidnapped Krissy. Her name is Betsy, and we've already talked about her, but the question is, have we seen the last of her? Because, she got away and went on a Greyhound bus. In this scene where Margaret changed glasses, the ones that she originally wore, they broke, and when I was taking a break doing scenes and stuff, I lost the glasses. So I figured that since they were broke, that she had an extra pair in her truck, and she had someone to go and get them for. And so when she looked up, she was getting the glasses from, somebody who brought them. So, she wouldn't get so frustrated with the ones that broke, and so she could see her dying daughter. And at the end, when you saw Margaret with the glasses in the passenger seat, that is giving my viewers something to think about. Why she had the glasses. So it's just one of those things that make you go,
So the main question is, is Krissy really dead? Did I kill her character off the show? And I know that is probably disappointing a lot of people. Well, I'm sorry. I guess you'll just have to watch the show in order to find out what happens next. Just remember, one door closes, another one opens.